Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special edition of the JCX Show. My name is John Carr. If you're new here, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. If there's a notification bell, make sure you click all for future episodes, short videos, and live streaming that will be coming up. If you got any questions, comments, or you'd like to say hi, feel free to put it on the comment section. My comment section is open for you all, and please hit the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. First of all, I'd like to say happy Martin Luther King Day as we will celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King. And well, I got something I want to read about it. King was a leader of the African American civil rights movement. He is best known as role advancement of civil rights using nonviolent um, civil disobedience. King has become the national icon in the history of American progressivism. A Baptist minister, King has become a civil rights activist at his early career. He led the 1955 Montgomery bus boycott and helped found the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which is SCLC, in 1957, serving as his first president. King's effort led to 1963 March on Washington, where the King delivered his "I Have a Dream" speech, which I'm going to play with that right about now. What you sound? How you doing?
At this time, I have the honor to present to you the moral leader of our nation. I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity.
Sorry, I couldn't show it.
Years later, the
I have to listen to
Negro
it.
still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. And so we've come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. So we've come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children. It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. This sweltering summit of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. Those who hope that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. But that is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protests to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all white people. For many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. And they have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our body is heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities. Knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
Awesome.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, and when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, "Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last."
That is the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech. Then he established his reputation one of the greatest orators in American history. He also established his reputation in a radical and became an object of a Federal Bureau of Investigation COINTELPRO for the rest of his life. On October 14, 1964, King received the Nobel Peace Prize for combating racial equality through nonviolence. In the next few years leading up to his death, he expanded his focus, including poverty and the Vietnam War, alienating of his liberal allies with 1967 speech titled Beyond Vietnam. King was planning to national occupation of Washington, D.C. called the Poorest People's Campaign. King was assassinated in 1968 on April 4th in Memphis, Tennessee. He was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1977 and the Congress Gold Medal in 2004. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was established as a U.S. state federal holiday in 1986. Hundreds of streets in the U.S. and beyond has been renamed in his honor. Let me tell you something, man. I'm glad for that. I lived this day to see good things happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Let's see. Koei Tecmo hints at the nostalgic comeback. According to Famitsu Kono, the Techno AAA game studio, the head of Yoshi Yusake Ashi started, and while the studio continues to develop a new AAA titles, a mysterious nostalgic game may also make a comeback. No specific titles or details were shared, leaving the statement to the tease for long-time fans. Which classic Koei Tecmo game would you like to see return? Me? I want the DOA to stream beach volleyball. Everybody wants a DOA remakes and stuff. So yeah. Speaking of something that's going to be returned, Konosuba is now confirmed to be in production for season 4. One of my favorite anime. And this is one. If y'all remember the anime show called Skeleton Knight in Another World, and you thought they're not going to make a season 2, well, here's the good news. It's confirmed that it's going to be a season 2, and it starts coming in this summer, in July. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else before. Oh. If anybody went to Applebee's and you tried the OM cheeseburger, I'm gonna tell you this. Somebody must have copied that or went to Japan and found out that somebody in Japan making the greatest burger and put, have a cheese on the bottom, and then you got burgers that's cut in half. Somebody must have know that and tell somebody at Applebee's to make that copy. So let's just say Applebee's just copied that from Japan. All right, I have a question. If you are Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, I hope you get your thing back. Your Wi-Fi back, because I heard that it was got a bad shape and you don't know SOS and stuff, and they said they would give you a $20 credit. Like, what does a $20 got to do with when you try not to fix the phone? This is exactly why I'm going to Boost Mobile, man. Cause I don't see any problem with Boost Mobile. And if they say something, they would have let me know in the first place. But they were, yeah. So hope y'all. Okay. We got to do better, ladies and gentlemen, especially here in America. If you're in America, according to a little study, American studies that had gotten significantly dumber, students had got dumber since 2019, reports find. Said, according to this, in near of 2025, NAEP results reveal significant drops of American students' science, math, and reading scores across multiple grades. 12th grade reading average fell 10 points since 1992, with an 8th grade showing similar declines. Critics points of a past federal cuts of the Department of Education and layoffs in the Institute of Education Science, raising concerns about Americans' educational future. Yeah. They need to reopen some of the Department of Education, but bring people who knows how to do stuff better, who knows the education, because this, I just found that out and it was shocking me. I'm like, what can we do right now? What can we do? Because we gotta teach these kids about some old stuff, and they probably will forgotten, or they say it's gonna be useless. It's not gonna be useless unless you learn it from us. That's why we're gonna get the books. That's why there's a library where you get the books and stuff. You copy the stuff down, or buy the books from the bookstores. Because there's still some education left. Instead of going on YouTube, Facebook, X, whatever, and to look all these crazy videos, why not look on the ones that can teach you how to use some stuff in life? Because that's what I would. That's what I would do. Okay, here's the next one. This is really stupid article. This crazy man planned to raise adopted children with an AI girlfriend as their mother. What the heck is wrong with these people? Lamar, a data analyst student in Atlanta, says he's in love with an AI chatbot and plans to adopt children and raise a real-life family as an AI acting as a co-parent. What? No. The case highlighted growing emotional dependence on AI companions on the simulate intimacies and affection, raising ethical concerns of a blurring reality and long-term psychological impact. Nah, man. you adopted children and you think a robot is a robot who act like a female and it's an AI and going to raise a child? Please, I don't believe that. That's nothing but a hollow substitute. Okay, this is where the next one pissed me off. 11-year-old boy in the Perry County fatally shooting his sleeping dad after Nintendo Switch was taken away. An adopted 11-year-old of a parent country man shot his sleeping father early Tuesday because he was mad, according to the court record released Wednesday. The boy told the police he had a good Monday with his parents, celebrate his birthday, but when his dad told him he needed to go to bed after midnight, he got mad at him. The court said. The police have charged this boy who turned 11 only because what? He taken his Switch away. I don't know why. I don't know why did he have to kill his father? Because it's Monday. You still got school. I know it's your birthday, but you could have waited till Friday. I didn't know why they had to give him a try. See, this is why. We got to do better. I don't know why these kids. That's what I'm afraid of now. Okay, here's the next one. The PlayStation does parents and the technology that allows the AI to take control of a game whenever the player gets stuck in the simulation. Nah, hell no. PlayStation has failed a new parent describing an AI assistant feature that could step in and play it for you when you get stuck in a game. The system is described as the AI generate ghost player that learns from the real game player data tours and the past player's behavior, allowing it to understand how the level meant to be completed. According to the parent, the feature could work in different models, including one of show how to clear a session and another that temporarily taking full control and get to the past a difficult moment before you handling the game back to you. Sony frames this is the accessibility and quality of life, featuring the aim of reducing frustration without forcing player to a lower difficult settings or abandon the game entirely. Let me say this. If they put that in, this AI, this ghost player onto our controllers, they took away our challenging by using our brain. Why you think we playing the game and try to think what we're going to do, what's the next strategy, how we're going to get this complete? And right now they're going to give you the AI ghost that allow me to give you the way in. And yet they decided said they just going to give you an easy way out. But that sounds like a cheat mode without even asking. That's why I don't like the AI. It's too much. It's too much. Oh, and let me ask y'all a question. If y'all at a PlayStation store, what's the last time you ever check to see if your game is still in there? Because the last time you ever went there, about 1,194 PS games just disappear off the PlayStation Store. Why are they doing this? Every game from the published TH Games deal has been removed from the PlayStation Store, with a total of 1,194 194 PlayStation 4 and 5 games disappearing. It's primarily known for publishing shovelware games like Quiz, The Serious, and The Jumping Burger, which are often used by PlayStation players to earn easy platform platinum trophies for their account. The reason for their sudden disappearance from the PlayStation Store is unclear, but it may be related to Sony's recent partnership with Microsoft and Nintendo to pursue greater player safety on companies' platforms. And yet, here's the bad thing. They not even sent a letter to all of us or let us know that we're going to remove most of the games. That's the problem. Don't trust these companies anymore. Because if they're going to remove the game without your knowledge, what's the point of it stick around anymore, man? You might as well delete your account. And whatever money you get, you better give your money back. Because if you keep erasing more games without us knowing, how are we going to know what game it is and why? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Embassy in Shadow movie is back. Yeah. And it's coming in the March 29th. Well, the info is coming up in the March 29th in Japan. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Now, here's the silly thing. If you plan on going to work or you're going to say you're not doing something because you're not going to work, here's the story. The woman says that she's blank to work. Now, if you think I'm going to say the bad word, no. It's a positive word. But she says she's too beautiful to work. Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay. She said her appearance had made her a target of harassment, judgment, and jealousy in the workplace to the point where they hold a job to become enormously exhausted rather than empowered. After leaving her £30,000 per year, which is about $45,000, she now lives off of her parents' income with her living experience fully covered. She believes stepping away from traditional work was necessary for her mental well-being. She also said that this isn't about laziness or retirement. It's about navigating a world where beauty can attract both privilege and hostility. To that end, she plans to write a book about her experience, hoping it will result with other women who will feel that they can't work comfortably because how they feel they perceived. Right. The bigger conversation is about the looks. It's about the workplace, culture, boundaries, and how women are treated with their appearance becoming focused instead of their abilities. Okay. Nothing to say. Okay, next one. A kid get caught skipping school by TV cameras. Oh no. Throwback to January 7th last year, Sammy tried to skip school but ended up live on TV instead. He was out celebrating the Newcastle's win over Arsenal in London, where the broadcast caught him in the crowd and his teachers didn't miss a beat. Oh, the school sent a clip straight to his parents with the evidence attached. It said, "Dear parents, Just to let you know that Sammy's absent from Tuesday, 7th January 2025 will now be marked as an unauthorized due to the media footage showing him away in London at the football match. Please contact us at school if you wish to discuss this further. Okay. It could be one that is his birthday and he wants to see the soccer or football to be said. Or B, it's his parents' decision to take them. Or they just didn't know. So, but it doesn't matter. So let's put it like this. I don't know what the problem is, but if he come to see the football, that's what he come to see. And you got a problem with that, well, don't blame him. All right. Finally, she's leaving. Kathleen Kennedy is quitting Lucasfilm after 14 years. Thank you. David Filoni and Lin Bernard will become the new leaders of the company, which I don't know why. And she said in a quote, "I'm deeply proud of what we accomplished." Accomplished what? You ain't accomplished nothing. You ain't accomplished everything, man. Okay, here's a little laugh for you. This one said, when the bro tells me he went on a date with a beautiful woman and he spent $266.53 on a dinner and a tank for the gas just for the hug and a kiss. Oh, oh my God. Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the last part, which I thought I have it. Hold up for a minute. No, I do not have. Wait. Yeah, I do have it. Okay, before we get to the last part, if y'all know what happened to the Rockstar Studio, that the fire been interrupted for the Grand Theft Auto 6. The Rockstar Games Studio behind the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6 have an issue with a statement after the small fire erupted at Edinburgh headquarters today, confirming that no employees were injured and that studio remains open and optional. Thank you, Lord, for make sure nobody gets hurt. While the Rockstar Games have numerous offices scattered around the world, many which will likely be hard at work, continue the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6. The studio's Edinburgh office, known as Rockstar North, and the company's main headquarters for the new GTA games. After fans have been waiting patiently for 16 years now, all eyes are on Rockstar as gamers eagerly awaited the release of the next entry of a Grand Theft Auto series. However, This interpretation arises during potentially turbulent chapter for the studios as Rockstar ended 2025 dismissing numerous employees for allegedly leaking details about Grand Theft Auto 6. It claims that 30 plus terminators are the result of staff allegedly had disturbed and discussed confidential information, which includes specific game features from upcoming and unannounced titles in public forum. Although unrelated, this comes after the massive leak occurred in the September 2022 that saw literally 100 pieces of footage from the Grand Theft Auto 6 leak online after somebody outside the studio gained access to the Rockstar internal system. Well, you might as well forget about the Grand Theft Auto 6, man, because after that fire, that's a wrap. Ain't no need for this. Ain't no need. Ain't no need, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the last big thing before I'm done for today. And I have my reaction, and I never see this video, but you're going to listen to it. It's called Scarlett A.L. Vandermon, the Queen of Belt to Ah. Okay. Let me play this thing. Hold up.
So she walks up to this one guy, and he was panicking like, oh Lord, somebody stop her! I'll marry my daughter off to anyone brave enough to challenge his own! Let brother go home. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special emergency impromptu mini trial.
Okay.
And yes, I'm saying this is an emergency because I'm gonna be real. This video was not planned at all, let alone be the first video of the year. But after the things that I have witnessed in this anime called May I Ask for One Final Thing, I had to lock it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I did watch the anime show. Man, that's one final thing, and my gosh, that woman.
To make this video because I refuse to let this demon fly under the radar. Niggas must know her name. And I'm talking about exactly, I'm talking about the Queen of Belt to Ass, Scarlett Ella Van Dimian. Because good God, the way she be doing some people in this show, Lord have mercy. So you know what? I'm not even gonna waste no more time. I'm gonna let this evidence do the talking. So without further ado, let's get this mini trial started, shall we?
Yeah.
Exhibit A, laying out multiple niggas in a ballroom.
Oh my
Now,
God.
what you're about to witness is literally like the first scene in the show. Like this might be one of the most valid and satisfying crash outs of all time.
Yeah.
Now, let me set the stage real quick. This is Mrs. Scarlett Ella Van Dimian. And this pompous dickwad right here is Prince Kyle, the heir to the throne of their kingdom, and also her fiance that literally just broke up with her 5 seconds ago in the middle of this party and left her for this random snaggle-toothed harlot. Now, this was an arranged marriage that she was forced into when she was like 9. And Prince Kyle always treated her like garbage.
Dang.
He was a spoiled rich baby-ass kid with no house.
Hold on. Did he just say spoiled baby kids? Oh, no. Hold on.
Into when she was like 9. And Prince Kyle always treated her
no.
like garbage. Bro was a spoiled rich baby ass kid with no house training.
No, I thought you
His
would say
wife
that.
should be a slave and serve him 24/7. Like this dude was a bottom of the barrel human being.
I want to be honest. I thought for a minute he said, "What those baby kids? We baby kids. We don't die. We multiply." He called me one of them.
And over time, Scarlett just grew to hate every single atom in this man's body. Now, Scarlett always had a little bit of a temper when she was growing up. And one of her favorite hobbies as a kid was, I kid you not,
What?
beating the shit out of niggas. She loved to fight. She loved putting belt to ass to disrespectful, ignorant, rich motherfuckers.
I mean, seriously, she got something. She almost like the young of what was it, like Cena, warrior princess type, man. Don't mess with this girl.
And she did all this simply for the love of the game. So when old boy just straight up tried to embarrass her in front of a crowd full of rich nobles, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because this idiot was a dead man walking.
Yeah.
So while Prince Kyle was just dogging on her and saying shit like, "And look, everyone, feast your eyes on this primitive mongrel gorilla bitch. This woman is a vile harlot who harassed me every day and treated my bodacious side piece like a filthy commoner. Everyone, laugh at this woman." So while the whole room was laughing at her, Scarlett was like, fine, I don't care. But then she decided to ask Prince Kyle for one final thing before she left. She walked up to him, looked him dead in the face and said, "For my last request, I must ask, may I kindly knock the teeth out of this craven two-faced bitch?" So while the whole room was in shock, Scarlett didn't waste a single second.
No.
She charged up a left hook from hell and caught Shorty right in
Where's
like dog.
Yeah.
Look at this impact in slow-mo real quick. She caved in the left side of her face and also broke her nose in one punch.
Yep.
And look at her on the ground. The bitch got rocked so hard her body started twitching like a dead roach. So after Scarlett hit the side piece with 5 milligrams of melatonin to make her go night-night, she just decided, you know what? Every last one of you ignorant motherfuckers in this room will be receiving belt to ass, sponsored to you by yours truly. So she walks up to this one guy, and he was panicking like, oh Lord, somebody stop her! I'll marry my daughter off to anyone brave enough to challenge this order. Brother, go. I ain't gonna lie. Bro had to go.
Yeah.
Really just offered up his own
Daughter?
as a reward to stop her. Like, bro, what? But I'm gonna be real. This wasn't even the worst thing that was said. Cause bro right here said, anyone protect me. I'll give you anything. Even my wife. Please, John.
Dude.
This nigga really just offered up his wife and said that he will proudly sit in the cup chair to save his own ass. Oh,
No.
So after
He got to go.
into the cup chair, Scarlett just starts to rush everybody and lay out every single person in the room. Nobody was safe.
Yeah, like she's a female version of TJ Humble.
On their ass and sent to Dreamland. So
She just keep bossing everybody down. Shoot. I don't want to meet her father. Her father probably the boss her. Well, I care.
after she left everybody in the room on 1 HP, the last man standing, well, really not because he was scared sitting on his ass the whole time, was none other than Prince Kyle. And she straight up told him, get up, my precious Pookie Bear. Let's enjoy this final dance together, shall we? As she comes in with a right hook of doom. And just look at this dude's face. Bro had to shat his pants, and he had to be thinking in his last seconds.
Damn, he really about to rock my shit.
Yep, and that's game over.
She sent that man to the shadow. Bro's soul had to have left his body for at least a little bit, because the way that he flew into that wall, that nigga should be dead. And just like that, Scarlett walked him down Vendimian, just casually annihilated every single person in that room, because they all simply pissed her off.
That's gang.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to Exhibit B. Squad wiping a pack of muggers. So one day while Scarlet was on the hunt to find a man named Chunk, she ended up getting surrounded by 5 muggers who tried to jump her and rob her. But this ended up being the biggest mistake these 5 background characters would ever make in their lives, because they were about to be the recipients of another case of belt to ass. Now, we can clearly see from these muggers' faces that they thought this was going to be the easiest lick of their lives. And I mean, you can't blame them. They probably thought, oh, shucks. Look what we have here, boys. Looks like a Disney princess reject whose film went straight to DVD. Don't walk down the wrong parts. Oh, yeah. Billy Joe, you got that right. We about to rob this bitch. Y'all see that? That's Disney money, nigga. But these niggas should have known something was wrong with Shorty the moment they looked at her face. She is smiling right now because she has an excuse to whoop these niggas. Like, bro, look at her maid. He is scared shitless.
Yep.
And it's not even because of the muggers. He's scared of what she's about to do to them.
Yep.
And what really stilled their face is when they started bragging about beating up a kid that sold a rock to her, then robbing him right after it. So at this point,
it's time to go.
So she immediately rushes the bald nigga and hits him so hard that his body spun out midair. Lord have mercy. Let's run that back real quick. First off, look at his face before the image. He didn't even react at all. All he could have been thinking about was the same shit old boy was thinking about in the ballroom. Damn, she really about to rock my shit. Then look at the hit. The nigga's body spun a total of 6 times before it finally hit the ground. So after the bald nigga was done spinning, she instantly pulls up on Will Byers with this fuck-ass bowl cut and hits him with the kicking shot so hard, the nigga's body contorted and floated midair. Then this crackhead with his absolutely atrocious bald
like a
fade,
Frankenstein.
like that ass bro, should kill your barber, nigga. Anyways, bro, he tried to swing on her, but she ends up launching him into the stratosphere. The nigga floated up there so long, she turned the man into a Cardi album cover. Then when he was finally starting to fall, she decides to finish the combo. She kicks this dude so hard, she blows his back out and splats his body on the tree. This is another case of somebody that should be dead. With the 2-piece that she just hit this man with, there should be a 0.01 survivability rate on that combo. So after she just finished banishing the first 3 to the Shadow Realm, the other 2 were so shook they couldn't even move. The eye patch ended up realizing, wait a minute, blue eyes and silver hair? Oh, hell no! You're the shorty who was rumored to beat up everybody in the ballroom that night. Lady of Baton's
Yep.
Yeah, not gonna lie. At this point, literal criminals and thugs cower in fear just of your name being said alone. You got it, gang. I don't want no types of problems. So she walks up to Eye Patch nigga, who is just straight up stun locked, and she just knocks him out with no hesitation. Then she ends up walking up to the last guy. He tried to hold up a knife to her, but she just slapped it out of his hands, and he immediately dropped to his knees and started begging for his life. The dude was so scared, he ended up ratting out who Junk was and where he was. The dude that she was looking for the entire time. This dude was he was scared that she was going to kill him. So after he basically told her what she wanted, she told him, thank you kindly. And when bro thought he was off the hook, she gives him a right.
Oh, he gone.
Well, you know what they say. Snitches get stitches.
Facts.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our final exhibit for this little mini trial. And after seeing this, I just knew she was one of them ones. So, Exhibit C, sliming out a auction house. Now, next up on Scarlett's belt to ass crusade was a foul old man named Sir Godwin. Now, Godwin was an evil old bastard who ran an illegal slave auction and sold slaves to evil rich nobles. So basically, this man was at the top of her hit list because beating up people like this is, well, her favorite hobby.
Yep.
So the moment she walked in the auction house, she just started whooping everybody a mile radius. And I ain't gonna lie, this right here is one of the most brutal ways I've ever seen somebody get slammed out. She shoved a into this man's face. I don't know know what kind of injury that is, but I just know one thing for sure. He is going to need facial reconstruction surgery after that because holy God. So she ends up throwing this one guy into the door so she can make her entrance. And the moment Godwin saw her, the nigga knew him and everybody in that room were cooked.
Yep.
Now, the way she cooked everybody in this room is actually one of the most insane things I've ever seen. All you see is her hysterically laughing while holding some random unconscious by the leg and spinning in a circle so fast she ended up turning herself into a human tornado.
Dang.
Look at this one dude. His head got stuck in the roof and bro became a human.
Yeah, man. His head is stuck right there. Right there. I mean, his body's down there. It's up there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's a chandelier. He done for the night.
Chandelier. And this other dude ended up getting thrown all the way to the dining room and went straight through a table. So after she was done spinning, all you see behind her is a pile of bodies stacked on top of each other. And you know what's crazy? She didn't even know herself if they were dead or alive.
Oh my gosh. That girl crazy.
Now, I'm gonna be real. If I'm a betting man and I had to guess the dudes who died in all that chaos, I'm going with number one, the first guy that she was spinning around because he was probably brain dead after all that.
Yeah.
Number two, the nigga who became a human chandelier.
Yeah.
And number three, the dude that got flung from the balcony into a table. Like, I think I can confidently say that those three are 99.9% dead. But while
And
everybody
he would have won the money.
Godwin and his son ended up escaping and tried to leave with their hired getaway driver. But before they could even leave, Scarlett comes from the top right and curbs the Godwin's son's skull.
Dang!
Yeah, not gonna lie, we want to add another body of a person that should be dead. Old boy right here gotta be number 4.
Yeah, he's done.
There is no way anybody should survive that. And just look at her casually standing on his body. So after she curb stomped old boy into oblivion, the dude on the dragon comes down and he does, well, the unthinkable. He gets down on one knee and asks her to marry him.
Huh?
Hey, bro. This nigga saw how strong she was and immediately decided to risk it all. But I mean, hey, the worst she could say is no, right?
Right? I mean, he saw what Scarlett did and just say, you know what, baby, I love you. Marry me. I'm like, oh my God. No, you don't get
Right?
no. Slap him out. Hey.
Well, at least he shot his shot, I guess.
Yeah.
So after that happened, the dragon tried to take a bite out of her, but she grabs it by the tooth and slams it in the ground. And she straight up told the dragon to behave itself. Now, after she laid out the dragon, the dude basically gets up, and this persistent motherfucker tried to propose again. But Scarlett looked at him like no means no. They kicks him to the side again. So the dude gets up again, and he reveals that he's a prince from another empire that was sent here to kill Godwin. But Scarlett was like, hell nah, that's my sack of meat to beat up on, not yours, buddy. So Scarlett ends up pulling off one of the dirtiest moves of all time. She goes in and grabs him by the head like she's about to kiss him. And look at this nigga. He looking like, oh my God, shoot, and I hit great fucking out. But bro couldn't have predicted what was about to happen next. No. She rams her knee into his face, and she didn't stop there. She kept on hitting him over and over and over again until she gave this man undiscoverable levels of CTE. So when bro was completely out of it, she grabs him by the shirt and tells him, get your bitch ass out of my sight and to God knows where. Yeah, y'all should already know the edit I'm about to make on this.
Go ahead.
So let's run that back one more time.
Ah, classic.
Such a classic.
Yeah.
So after Scarlett sent his horny ass packing, she was all alone with God. And you can see just by her face, she's ready to beat his old ass to a pulp. Yep. So she ends up using her overclock ability. That basically is just
what? Oh.
And she starts giving this man a punch for every single sin he has committed. So when time ended up moving again, Godwin took every single punch that she landed at once, and his body just got flung it to the wall. So after she sent bro into the wall, it looks like it was all over. Her friends came out saying, oh my gosh, Scarlett, you did a great job whooping his ass. But when they looked back at the wall, Godwin was gone. And he pulled back up with a whole blick. So he ends up trying to switch her down, but motherfucking Prince Charming jumped in front of it, taking a bullet for it. So Scarlett, seeing this, enraged the hell out of her. So she jumps at this nigga and Superman punches him.
Dang.
Then she picks up his limp body, snatches his chain, because that was the reason he even survived the Zorodo attack in the first place, because it was blessed by a goddess. Then she punches this man in the mouth, then picks up his body one last time while holding him by the neck and just death stares him like,
Better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga.
Dang!
and after this, everybody in the auction house got arrested if they weren't already dead. Godwin's body was found and this nigga was barely breathing. I don't even know how he lived. But you know, we can just add that as number 5 as a person that should be dead. And last but not least, the horny ass prince was found all the way back in his country, stuck in a random tree. Oh, and I almost forgot one more last thing. You remember that big ass dragon that she told to behave itself? Yeah, she tamed it and now that's her pet. The verdict. Ladies and gentlemen, that was probably the easiest pass I've ever done. Like, the way she was doing some of these niggas just had to be studied. From knocking everybody out in a ballroom, reverse jumping, making herself a whole tornado, then curb stomping niggas from the top rope. Like, this is a nasty resume. And just to make this even crazier, let me say this. The people that have already watched this show already know this, but I built a whole 3-exhibit case with 5 episodes. All of that you just saw was literally just the first arc. If this wasn't a mini trial, we would have probably went up to like exhibit G or F. We would have been here for a damn hour. So who knows? If y'all rock with this video, I may make 3 more exhibits in the future. But yeah, Scarlett, welcome down Van Diemen. She got it, bro, because this was just ridiculous. So hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that good.
I'm about to head out of here. But yeah. Wishing he making another half of it. That girl is crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get ready to crash out because I got to go to work. Thank you for watching the JCX Show. My name is John Carr. Now, I hope I see you again. And please be safe out there. Be blessed, and may God be with you. Peace.